Way of Mastery, the first book, Way of the Heart. Lesson 2 is the third part. The cultivation of the way of the heart is that pathway whereby you deliberately and consciously choose to become again as an innocent child, just as you were in the beginning before you ever created, and then incarnated into this dimension of experience that seems to be so permeated by a sense of conflict and separation. See what you decree is. I would ask you now to begin to put this into practice. So wherever you happen to be, stop for just a moment and truly become aware of where you are. Where are you? Are you not having the experience of seemingly being within a body? Do you not seem to be abiding in a room somewhere? Are you not within an environment in which there are certain weather patterns going on around you? Perhaps there are sounds coming into your ears. Can you truly be aware of where you are now? Can you feel the weight of the body as you stand upon your feet or sit within your chair? Do you notice the tension in the neck? Do you notice the racing of the mind, if that is what's going on? Can you begin to bring awareness to exactly what is, from a place of innocence and non-judgment? You have a saying in your world, it is what it is. That is the beginning of wisdom. You will discover that what is what you have chosen to make of it. Be therefore where you are now, and deliberately decide to accept wholly that what you are experiencing in this very moment has no cause whatsoever except your choice to experience it. Rest assured, whatever the mind may try to say, if you did not wholly want to be right where you are, you would not be there. If you are in a body in the field of space and time, rest assured you desired it, you chose it, and it is here. Begin here. There is no need to judge it, no need to ask it to be different. Just truly be aware of what is. If you are feeling the body sitting in a chair, allow this thought to come into the mind. I have literally created this experience. Something within me is so grand, so powerful, so vast, so beyond anything that scientists have ever come up with, that I have literally crystallized into the field of experience an awareness of being a body in space and time. It has come forth from the field of my consciousness, the gift to me of God, who asks only that I learn to create as God creates. I have said many times that the Father looks upon you and says, "This is my only creation, and it is very good." For the Father marvels at what you are, knowing perfectly well that what you are emerged from her holy mind. Likewise, look upon your creations and marvel. How is it that you could abide in this time frame on this planet? How could it be that you can place yourself behind the wheel of an automobile and actually get it from point A to point B? That is a mystery and a marvel, and no one knows how it is done, yet it is done. The reason it is done is that all power has been given unto you, and what you decree is. A man or a woman shall decree a thing, and it shall be so. You have decreed this moment. Own it, for by owning it right now, you can begin to sense the incredible and awesome power that flows through you in each moment. It is the power to create. All right, so the gist of this, if you recall, become again, little child, enter the kingdom. The way of the heart is choose again, innocent child. You were before you incarnated into this experience that seems to be. So I, mind, now begin this practice. You, me, I. You happen where you are. This is communicating spirit and soul. So where are you? Experience or communicate being abiding within you. Be aware of you now. Feel you within. Feel you within you. Awareness is innocence. This is available to you. It is what it is. Wisdom or mind. Uh, you will what is. You have chosen it. So now deliberately decide. This is the way of the heart. I know it sounds like decide, but you have to feel your way through it. That's why it's called the way of the heart. So deliberately decide. Cause your choice. Experience it. Rest assured, you are in a body in the field of space and time. Rest assured, you desired it, you chose it, and it is here. So begin here. There is no need. No need. Just be what is. Feeling this thought, then come into mind. I have created experience. Me. Grand, powerful, vast. Beyond anything. I have awareness of being. A body in space and time, from the field of my consciousness, the gift of me of God is mind. I create or think, as God creates or thinks and communicates. Father, this is creation. It is very good. Knowing perfectly, or knowingness, emerged from her holy mind. So do the same with your thoughts. Your creations, marvel, this time, this planet, yourself, mystery and marvel. One knows how it is done. It is. It is done. The reason it is done is that all power has been given unto you, and what you decree is. A man or a woman shall decree a thing, and it shall be so. You have decreed this moment. Own it, for by owning it right now, you can begin to sense the incredible and awesome power that flows through you in each moment. It is the power to create. Begin by choosing now to cultivate the practice in this manner. Set the intention so that in each hour of your day for 3 to 5 minutes you practice bringing this quality of awareness to exactly whatever you are experiencing when the thought arises to do the practice. Where does that thought come from? Imagine you are going through the day and you have been hustling and bustling about. You have gone to your office or your work. You have talked to friends. You have bought groceries. You have done all these things. And suddenly the thought appears. Oh, focus on being aware that I am literally the creator of what I experience. Do you think it just happened by accident? No. The thought is penetrating your conscious awareness from the depth of your mind that rests right next to the mind of God. Therefore, the power to generate that very thought is the effect of God's will entering into your field of being, penetrating the veils of distraction and shining forth as the thought, that's right, 5 minutes every hour. Can you feel the awesomeness of that? For you are linked to the mind of God, and God knows how to bring you back to complete freedom, perfect peace, and mastery of this entire realm. Those who truly love God and would truly awaken will feel something compelling them to master this simple practice for 5 minutes of each hour. They will learn to delight in it and to look forward to it. Pretty soon, those 5 minutes will stretch into 6, then 10, 15, and 50, until finally there is established in their awareness the unchanging realization that everything that arises, they have decreed it, and so it is so. 5 minutes every hour is not much to ask. For 5 minutes every hour, be as you are created to be, a creator decreeing that which brings forth experience. Never again allow yourself to say, well, I'm really here because I have to be. I'm really just doing this because it's what I have to do. Take the words ought, should, must, and have to, and write them on a piece of paper. Look at them, then light a match and light the corner of the paper. And let the paper burn and dissolve to dust. It is a symbol of allowing the energy you have given these words to become, again, as the dust or the ash of the ground. Clear from your consciousness all identification with such words, for all of them are denials of reality. Many times I have shared with you that you need do nothing. Listen to those words and take them into yourself as though they are your own voice. because they are. I need do nothing. You do not have to survive. Whoever told you that you had to. You do not have to make everybody happy. Whoever told you that you had to. Whoever told you that you could make anybody happy. You do not have to abide as a body in space and time. Whoever told you that you had to. You do not have to pay your bills. Who told you that? You literally need do nothing. It is quite different than wanting or choosing to do something. You do not need to love your parents. You do not need to honor your father and your mother. You do not need to worship me or love me. You do not need to love yourself. You literally need do nothing, for need is an expression of the perception that there is something you lack. Because you are one with God, there is never a moment when you lack anything at all. Can you allow the thought to emerge in the mind when you arise in the morning, I need do nothing? I don't have to get out of this bed. I don't have to go to an office. I don't need to fulfill that order. I don't need to say good morning to my mate. I literally need do nothing. For how can there be the power of freedom to choose and to create when you are being governed by the belief of the world that you must be a certain way, the belief that you need to be acceptable to others, that you need to conform and fit in, that you need to dress the way others dress, and that you need to be committed to surviving an extra day upon this plane? There can be no freedom where there is need. So, we're going to choose now. Yeah. So, yeah. Experiencing thought comes from you. And you have friends and you have all of these things. I am the creator of experience. You think, and it just happens. Thought is penetrating consciousness awareness. Your mind rises next to the mind of God. So generate thought, which is the effect of God's will, penetrating and shining as thought. And feel that. You are the mind of God. And God knows you. Complete freedom, perfect peace, mastery of this entire realm. God, awaken and feel this, master this, delight in this. Delight in this established awareness, unchanging realization. Decree it, and so it is. Just be. You are created to be, a creator decreeing that which brings forth experience, that which brings forth experience yourself. Say, I'm really here. I'm really doing this. I have the ability to do. So, look at light. Look at you. And let it burn and dissolve to dust. This is a symbol of allowing energy that you have. These are just words that describe your ability to become again. Clear your consciousness, all identification with words, all of them. This is reality. You need nothing. Those words are your own voice. Those words are because you are. I need do nothing. You do not survive. Whoever told you that had to tell you that. You do not make happy. Whoever told you that had to. By their own decree, their own decision. Whoever told you that whoever told you that? Did someone even tell you that? So, make a body in space and time. You do not pay bills. Who told you that? You literally do. You literally need nothing. So it's quite different than wanting or choosing. You do not need love. You do not need. this thing called honor your father and mother. Love yourself. Need nothing. Need is perception, something you lack. Because you are one with God, never lack anything. Allow, I need do nothing. Don't get out. Don't go. Don't need. Simply need nothing. The power of freedom to choose and create the world acceptable to others. I don't know what this means. Apparently, this is just the power of freedom to choose and to create. So be committed upon this plane that your freedom truly is already established. So, practicing the first two axioms. These are the first two axioms of the way of the heart to be built on, to be remembered, and to be cultivated daily. I am created as my Father created me to be. I am free, and nothing sources my experience but me in each moment. Nothing has an effect upon me whatsoever, save that which I choose to allow to affect me. I need do nothing. These are the first two axioms. I am created. My Father created me to be. I am free. Nothing sources my experience but me each moment. Nothing has an effect upon me whatsoever. I choose to allow me. I need do nothing. In the beginning, we would suggest that you practice this second axiom in the morning and in the evening as you arise and as you are retiring, at least twice in each of your days. We ask you to cultivate for 5 minutes the repetition of this thought so that you feel it in your bones. I need do nothing. It will come as quite a shock to your consciousness. The mind will say, but I have all these things I have to do. What about this and what about that? Oh my goodness, will the world stop spinning if I stop needing? That is up to the world, not up to you. The power of these first two axioms will be what everything that follows is built on. Yet everything that follows is merely a way of watering those two axioms and making them the anchor of your awareness. For when the anchor is firmly in place, you will literally create whatever you so desire from perfect freedom and from perfect deliberateness. You will even transcend miracle-mindedness. For miracle-mindedness is still a stage of perception, just short of mastery. Mastery comes when you know that you are literally and deliberately creating. There is nothing miraculous about it. You will decree a thing, and it shall be so. That is to create as God creates. For while he marvels at you, he knows perfectly well that your creation was not a miracle. It was very deliberate, born from the pure radiance of love. God does not sit on his throne and say, I wonder if I am worthy to create my children. I wonder if I am worthy to express myself through the divine spark of consciousness that they are. Never does it enter into the holy mind of God, I wonder if it is okay if I create a solar system. God receives a thought, or a thought emanates within his holy mind. He decrees it, and it is so. And he looks upon all things and says, it is very good. The beginning, this second axiom. I need do nothing. You are arising as you are. Cultivate thought. Feel it. I need do nothing. It will come a shock to your consciousness. Say, I have all things. I have do, the ability to do and experience. It is available to me. Oh, wow. So stop spinning, stop needing. That is up to you. Power is these first two axioms. And if you recall, the first one was, I am created. My Father created me to be. I am free. Nothing sources my experience but me. Each moment, nothing has an effect upon me whatsoever. I choose to allow me. And I need to nothing. That's what we need to water. Power, these first two axioms, be. Be what everything is. Everything is these two axioms. The anchor of your awareness, of awareness itself, for anything that has awareness. The anchor is firmly in place. Create whatever you desire from perfect freedom, from perfect deliberateness. Transcend miracle-mindedness. Miracle-mindedness is still perception, short of mastery. Mastery is, you know, you are literally and deliberately creating. There is nothing miraculous about it. You decree. And it is so. That, create as God creates. He knows perfectly your creation. Deliberate, pure radiance, love. God does sit on his throne and say, I create my children. I express myself, the divine spark of consciousness that they are. Enter the holy mind of God. Create a solar system. God receives thought. Thought emanates within his holy mind. He decrees it is so. He looks upon all things and says it is very good. This says that, this is what God says. All my thoughts are free to think for themselves. So why wouldn't you do the same in your own mind? Is there a fear? Does God fear anything? No. So why would you? Exercise in conscious creation. I like to think of them as conscious miracles, but because they're done in the dark, so they're conscious. The third and last exercise that we would give you in this lesson is this. Choose something that you do every day that you are convinced is so utterly ordinary that it does not hold any power or any spiritual meaning whatsoever. It could be something as simple as having a glass of water, brushing your teeth, or yawning. Pick something that you know you do every day and decide to make that the focus of your worship, so that when you do it, you stop and say, it is very good. Even if it is something as simple as raising your head from the pillow, become aware of it. Own it as self-created. And as you contemplate that action, say to yourself, it is very good, I have done this, and it is good. I have created. Again, those that are truly committed will find that they begin to enjoy this process, and they begin to apply it more and more to other events in their lives. They begin to reawaken the childlike joy of building a castle in the sandbox. For in truth, that is all you are doing here. Consciousness is your sandbox, and you are creating castles. You have simply forgotten to enjoy them. When you want to be rid of them, you now lament. Oh, but if I give this up and change my mind and move on, what will happen to my creations? What will others think of me if I act like a child and just take my little plastic shovel and knock the castle down and go in and have a sandwich for lunch? What will people think of me? Will I fit in? Will I be accepted? Will I be judged? Will I be persecuted? Who cares? For the opinions of others mean nothing, unless, of course, you want them to mean something. Now we come to what concludes this lesson. What blocks you in your mind? For even as you are reading this, you may recognize a resistance. That resistance is the energy of fear. What will happen if I follow this path? That part of your mind called the ego will rise up to tell you that if you listen to the one that some have called the Savior of the world, it will take you on a path of destruction. That is because the voice of the ego knows that it will be destroyed if this path is followed. You, the reality of who you are, cannot be destroyed. That resistance is fear, and fear is one of the energies out of alignment with the truth of the kingdom. Therefore, fear not, but continue in faith. For I say unto you, what you will discover at the end of this pathway is perfect freedom, perfect power, perfect spaciousness, perfect joy, and perfect peace of living, literally, in the kingdom of heaven. The choice is yours. For those of you that will feel this resistance come up so strongly, and for those of you that will yet call out unto me in your dreams and your prayers, help me through this. I say unto you that you walk not alone. For I cannot be further from you than the width of a thought. And yes, you are the creator of that thought. I too embarked upon just such a path. Each axiom that I will share and refine, as well as many of the exercises in the way of mastery, are specifically exercises and truths that were given to me from the time I was initiated by certain Essene teachers in the way of the heart. When my teachers said, "It is time for you to go spend 40 days and 40 nights in the desert," do you not believe that resistance came up within me too? I too had to notice that I was creating a thought of fear and separating myself from the great protection and love of God. I had to physically move the body into the wilderness to move through my own rings of fear to discover what was on the other side. The pathway that I have walked is the pathway that you are walking. And if our pathway is the same, then we walk together to God, and away from illusion, pain, weakness, unworthiness, guilt, and death. So engage in your exercises with great zeal, with great joy, and above all, with great outrageous playfulness. Learn to look with innocence upon all that arises. Abide lovingly with your creations. If you put these little exercises to work, much indeed will arise. Practice then well, and practice with joy. Know that you are loved, loving, and lovable, and that, in truth, the only thing that is occurring is that an old dream is being released, that a new dream might replace it, the dream of worthiness, peace, wakefulness, and union with all of creation. Again, I say, I come not alone in this specific work, but I come with many who support your healing and your awakening. Therefore, indeed, be at peace this day, beloved friends. Abide lovingly with your creations. Amen. The third and last exercise. Choose. Choose that you do, that you are, and that is what is so utterly ordinary. Hold any power or any spiritual meaning whatsoever. As simple as having a glass of water, brushing your teeth, or yawning is your existence. Pick something that you know you decide. The focus of your worship. Make everything ceremony. Everything you do is ceremony. Everywhere you stand is holy ground. That's the same idea. As simply as raising your head from the pillow, become aware of it, own it, this, as self-created, as you say yourself. It is very good. I have done this. It is good. I have created. Those that find, enjoy this process and apply it more and more to other lives. Other lives see this practice being perfected. Reawaken the childlike joy of building castles in the sandbox. Truth, that is all you are doing here. Consciousness is your sandbox. You are creating castles simply to enjoy them. When you want, be rid of you now. I give this up and change my mind. Think of I like a child. Go in and think of I just being accepted. Who cares of others? Of course you want them to mean something, but come to what concludes this lesson. You, in your mind, as you are reading this, you recognize that energy. Follow this path. Your mind will rise to tell you, listen to the Savior of the world. That voice knows to be this path followed. You, the reality of who you are, cannot be destroyed, and is the truth of the kingdom. Therefore, continue you. Perfect freedom, perfect power, perfect spaciousness, perfect joy, and perfect peace of living. Literally, the kingdom of heaven. Choice is yours. You that feel so strongly, you that call out your dreams and your prayers, I say you walk not alone. For I cannot be further from you. It is just the width of a thought, closer than your own breath. That intimate. Yes, and you are the creator of that thought. I am embarked upon a path. Each axiom I share, the way of mastery, these are the truths given me from I, the teachers, by certain teachers, the way of the heart. Teachers, it is time for you. You came up within I. Notice I creating thought, the great protection and love of God. I. Just move to the other side. I is the pathway you are walking. Our pathway is the same. We walk together to God with great zeal, with great joy, and above all, with great outrageous playfulness. Outrageous. Look within. Look with innocence upon all that arises. Abide lovingly with your creations. Indeed, arise with joy. Know you, loved, loving, and lovable. Truth is occurring. Dream a new dream. The dream of worthiness, peace, wakefulness in union with all creation. I say, I come. I come with many. Support your healing. We support your awakening. All power under heaven and earth is at your disposal for this. Indeed, be peace, beloved friends. Abide lovingly with your creations, with thoughts of the kingdom. Dream a new dream, wakefulness in union with all of creation.